Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is doing fantastically well. I thought, why not? I would go off and make a special Psycho Platters episode. That's right. This will be termed episode 45, the 45 show. Get it? Isn't that sneaky? In the words of the movie Spinal Tap, it's a fine line between stupid and clever. And I straddle it every day, unfortunately. So there's a new group out there called 45 RPM Collectors, and this is kind of a specific video for them as well. I'm going to post it on their Facebook page, but I'm also, of course, going to put it on my Psycho Platter page because, of course, I can't seem to shut up long enough to be able to give you guys a video. All right. These 45s, some of them I've shown before in past shows, some of them I haven't. But like I said, this is a 45 show. So I wanted to go off and show you things that I have found over the last few years. Like I said, total random. First one up, Cheech and Chong's Sister Mary Elephant. Isn't that a goofy little sleeve? I love it. Class, shut up. Thank you. And of course it's on the ode, and it even has on here on the label, Sister Mary Elephant. Too funny. Produced by Lou Adler, who of course owned Ode Records, and he also used to produce who? A lot of Dunhill acts, Mamas and Papas. How about this one? Styx's Mr. Roboto. You know, I still like this song. I do. When it comes on in the car, on the radio, I do crank it up to 10. It doesn't happen that often anymore, but I like it nevertheless. The picture sleeve here, I'm going to show you the back of this is on A&M Records. Flip side is Snowblind from Paradise Theater, but as it says here, of course, it is from the album Kilroy Was Here. There was I think it was an 18-minute film that was made by Styx to, how do I explain? It was a promotional video, and it had to do with this plot line they had that rock and roll was outlawed. Dennis, I think it was Tommy Shaw was like in jail, the moral majority. Kind of cuckoo plot line, but needless to say, interesting little record, of course, on the red A&M, which was back in '83, would be your big to-do. Heat of the Moment from Asia. Yeah, who didn't buy this back in '82? Who? I don't know anybody that didn't. I could have sworn, though, that I also thought I heard that there was a picture sleeve variation on this. I am not entirely sure if that's true. And then, of course, I'll show you the flip side. Back with Ride Easy. Ride Easy was a non-album cut from that. I was a big Who fan growing up. Okay, I remember when Keith Moon died days before my 11th birthday. I was sad. I was. I couldn't fully encompass Mooney, until after he died. But I remember, I remember that. So when they didn't record for 3 years, well, they did and they didn't. What was it? The Kids Are All Right movie soundtrack came out. The soundtrack to McVicker, which Roger Daltrey was in 1980, had Pete Townsend and John Entwistle and Kenny Jones. So I think there might be a Who cut or two on there, but this was the first single that came off of Face Dances. And you know what? I like the album. I really, really do. This one's, of course, You Better You Bet, back with The Quiet One, which was an Entwistle tune. Real good one, too. And but you know what? The album didn't do so good. It did better than It's Hard, which came out in '82, but I had heard some people complained about it. I like every damn track on that album. It's really, really goofy. The Dream Police. That's right. I love this. I love it that they went off and took this for the picture sleeve for this one as well. How about some old school on Yellow Atlantic, Tweedledee from Laverne Baker. Hey Henry, Etta James on Modern. Gumdrop from Otis Williams and his new group on Deluxe. On Crust, Hello Lonesome from Tommy D with Carol Kay and the Teen Airs. Give Me Back My Heart on Ebb from the Hollywood Flames. Rockin' 88 from Del Wood on RCA Victor. Now, like I said, I never saw this label before. My daughter came in. Yes, that's right. Once again, every time I try to make a dang video, everybody comes in here. But I have never seen this label for the Chordettes. Kind of interesting in its own way. Ain't It a Shame on Red Imperial. Fats Domino. Of course, classic Jerry Lee Lewis. Great Balls of Fire on Sun. Elvis, Peace in the Valley EP. Now, a lot of these need to be cleaned up, but still, it was fun to find. Santa Claus is Coming Back to Town EP on RCA for Elvis. Guitar Boogie Shuffle from The Virtues on Hunt.
Don't be intimidated, just because I'm in here.
I never get intimidated because you're in here. Everybody always gets me. I never cry. Alice Cooper. Dwayne Eddie Jamie EP. Anytime. Here comes my really bad impression. The voice of President John F. Kennedy Memorial Record. Yes, that's right. Here I am before I got a bullet hole in the skull. It says here highlights from his nomination acceptance speech and the inaugural address and his oath of office on Golden Record, which is a kiddie record company. Oswald wasn't the only shooter. Just saying. Johnson, that bastard. What's that? You always say that. Kids always say that there's nothing to eat. Anywho, we got ourselves a slight little lag on this video. Delightful. I hate that. Alright, well, we're going to cut this short due to technical difficulty, which is slightly happening. And oh, my little grandson's out here. You want to come here for a second? You want to be on YouTube for Tuesday? I know you guys ain't going to care. Hang on a second. This is the next one I'm going to train. Come here.
Whatever, he's handsome.
This is my new pride and joy here. He's one. He's one. I'll teach you everything about records. I think I'm weird. 15 months, fine. 14 months, whatever. Anywho, we'll do another episode, maybe like after Christmas, but I just wanted to drop this in there for you. But you know what? I always loved 45s because, well, obviously they were cheaper to make back in the day, and you know, and you could take a gamble. You could take a gamble on things. Let's see, what else was it? The other thing is, piece of advice, you know, for collecting. Take a chance. If the label doesn't look familiar, run with it. If it sounds like something that you may like, go for it. Not brought to you by Waffle House, but I wish it was. I'm going to bring up something to you real quick. A 45 that I have shown in the last couple months in one of my shows, I discovered that in the condition that it is in, could go for $1,000. Of course, I don't know if that means I'm going to actually get that. I would like to sell it, but we'll have to see, what I can do. But it was an obscure mid-50s rockabilly. Totally out of the blue. I just got it because. So, I do collect to collect, but it's an added bonus when you find something like that. Just totally blew me away. So for 45 RPM collectors, I salute you. And you know what? I like the little record with the big hole in the middle because that is what they all are. Shout outs really, really quick. Let's see here. Of course, Wax Museum, Ronnie Dark. Okay, big shout out there. Night Owl Lounge. Mike Adams. Doug Fields with his new show, Night Owl Radio Show. There's other people, but the 45 RPM Collectors Group, very good, very nice. I hope this flourishes and takes off. I've got at least enough for probably 10 episodes minimum on 45s alone. So we'll be doing this again sometime, but this probably will be my last video probably for the rest of the year. Chances are. So everybody have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and you will see me right at the top of January 2014. Take care. God bless. Rock on. It's a little record with a big hole in it.